Perform the Star-Spangled Banner is an acclaimed singer, songwriter, actress, and 8-time Grammy Award winner from Hacienda Heights, California, Fergie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play some basketball.
What's up? Let's play some basketball, folks. Let's play some basketball. Oh man, this morning I spent so much time kind of shit posting on Twitter and didn't really prepare my show. Just kidding. I prepared a little bit yesterday. Folks, there was a lot of talk about cringe on Twitter the last few minutes. So I was like, oh my God, that Fergie performance at the NBA All-Star game was one of the more cringe things I've seen in a while. So I shared that with you, folks. Welcome to America. Welcome to America, everybody. What if I just became the face of America? It'd be so good. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for the place. Like, hey, everybody, look, what do I know? You know what I mean? Let's chill. I would probably just stick to the ideas that I had when I was 15 years old. Like, all the Americas should just unite. When I was 15, I really thought, I was just like, why don't we just leave all of them alone and then worry about all the people on this side and get along with them? Make people down there build all our stuff for cheap. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Sorry. Hey, guys, look. How are you doing? What's going on with the chat? Good morning, Mr. Joker. Good morning, John. Good morning, Maximus. I had the mic. Is it not working? Oh. Are we good now? Can you guys hear me better? I should have waited a couple minutes before joining. I promise everybody that I will not start every episode with a all-time worst national anthem. Yep, hit that like button, guys. What's going on? Like it, subscribe to it, share it, Follow me on Twitter at Coop_Daniels. Comment. I hate telling people what to do. Oh, buddy. This person, Zarmian says, well, that ruined my day. Well, good morning. Good morning. I don't often ruin people's day. Ouch. That's one way Maximus says. That's one way to sing it. Have you? Okay, she's trolling. No, she wasn't. She was really going for it. Sorry, guys. I really didn't mean to ruin your morning like that. That was playing the whole video is just cruel. Bernie, what's up? Oh, man. Robbie, waking up. Needed more time. That's it. I love it, guys. He needed more time. Algo addicts, Cooperholics, Algo Cooper Troopers. We're all here. There we go. Okay, guys. Good to see all of you. Wilder, what's up? Zen. I appreciate you guys. So, what's going on? Is everybody all right? We're going to talk about some things. I haven't actually looked at the news today. I solely just relied on Twitter for really nothing. What did I even talk about on Twitter? Oh, somebody was asking about Verdex. There was like a wallet solution a while ago from a guy from, I don't know, Goldman Sachs and Ethereum, I guess. His name is Dean Thomas. And people were wondering about the status of that on Algorand, and that is done. We'll put it nicely. They have completed their mission by not doing anything. Or maybe they did something, but we just didn't see it. You know what I mean? I interviewed him at I don't know if it was Consensus or South by Southwest, but it was in Austin last year. He was a nice guy. Yeah. So that's that. He's one of the few people that I've interviewed. Is he the only person I've ever interviewed in person? I interviewed Aaron Martinez in that same exact place. So I've interviewed two people in person, and it's Dean Thomas from Verdex and Aaron Martinez from Headline Inc. All right. So today on the ReCoop, we're going to go dive in. Okay, let's get rid of this. I do want to get rid of this Fergie thing. I'm tired of looking at it. I can also get rid of this. No. Why is my camera off? Oh, guys, you remember that picture? All right. I was going to get rid of this is what I wanted to get rid of, but I don't care. Okay. So folks, let's go to CNBC. Let's just go to CNBC. Let's check out what futures are looking like. And let's get to business here. See what's going on. If there's anything interesting happening. All right. Disney begins second larger round of layoffs, bringing total to 4,000 jobs cut. Everybody's laying people off, folks. It is probably somewhat good for, what the Fed is going to do. If you're solely interested in interest rates as it relates to the stock market, this does indicate that we're headed into a recession, which will mean that they don't have to raise rates much more, right? But look, we got NASDAQ is in the green by an entire point, like literally this point. Tech earnings. So this week is a huge week in earnings. We'll look at that in a second. I don't need you for that, CNBC. NBC Universal CEO Jeff Shell is out after admitting an inappropriate relationship. I don't even know who Jeff Shell is, but Jeff, good old Jeffy. Slept with an employee. Oops. Jeff, you should have known better. She probably looked up to you, Jeff, and you abused your power. She was trying to get a better job. Jeff, she didn't love you. Dancing with the Stars. Len Goodman dies at 78. Len? I had an ex that enjoyed Dancing with the Stars. I would watch that on occasion. In New York City. Len Goodman has passed away. My condolences to his family that are not watching. China says it respects ex-Soviet nations after. Oh, okay. So they backed it. Did you see this? I do think that the mainstream media was spinning this potentially, but maybe not. Well, actually, they said that his envoys were unacceptable, but it seemed like they were talking about Crimea. But then the media kind of lumped it all together with like things like Latvia and. But the Chinese ambassador to France told French media on Friday that countries formerly part of the Soviet Union lacked status in international law. Well, that doesn't sound very vague, does it? Actually, sounds like everyone that was part of the Soviet Union. Oh man, what are we in store for? The Lithuanian foreign affairs minister says we are not ex-Soviet countries. We are countries that were illegally occupied by the Soviet Union. All right, we're not diving into this, but you get it. There's trouble a brewing. Or not. I mean, how much trouble does China really want? I think they just want us to think that they're willing to go to war. I think we should play a game of chicken with China. See, don't you guys want me as your free world leader? Let's play a game of chicken with China. Okay. My jokes are weird today. All right, let's go to Bloomberg. Electric autonomous drones get approval to spray crops in California. What could go wrong? Except for a bunch of pesticides flowing all over where they're not supposed to. All right. Hedge fund places biggest bet ever short on benchmark treasuries. Hedge funds are betting on higher treasury yields in a market that's divided over whether U.S. economy can avoid recession and the Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. Recent positioning data suggests leveraged investors are about as confident as the central bank is that a slump be dodged, even as the past year's inflation-fighting policy tightening bites on activity. That group of investors boosted net shorts on 10-year Treasury futures to a record 1.2 million contracts of April 18th. Data from it was the fifth straight week that net shorts had increased. Hedge funds may be thinking that inflation will be stickier than many in the market are currently expecting. On the face of it, this big short doesn't reflect the view that there will be a near-term recession. Still, not everyone in the market is convinced. While swap markets show another quarter-point Fed hike in May is being priced as close to certain, and there's even the marginal possibility of another one in June, they also indicate that the central bank will be cutting in earnest again by the end of the year on the back of a more painful economy. Also, while leveraged funds have been increasing their bearish wagers on 10-year Treasury futures, other asset managers have been going in the other direction and amping up their longs. With ongoing uncertainty about recession risks and what the Fed will do, it remains very much a two-way market as investors stake out positions on either side of the divide. Whatever. So people are taking positions on both sides. Great. All right. Anything else? Bitcoin halving due next year. Spurs predictions of rally and token. We got to talk about Michael Arrington's bid and team. Michael Arrington and Bid's team about handling Celsius. Okay, so that's enough. Let's go to. We'll go back to that. Let's go to CoinDesk real quick. Okay. Bitcoin is pushing down a little bit. We'll look at that at CoinMarketCap in a second. DeFi protocol Thetanuts raises $17 million. Bitcoin starts the work week in the red. Do Kwon wants SEC charges dismissed. Sure you do, dude. Zimbabwe to introduce gold-backed digital currency. Interesting. This is something that everybody's favorite, what's his name? Peter Schiff. This is the only cryptocurrency that Peter Schiff believes in. I think this is compelling. I think this is a good move. Looks like Cardano has got a wrapped Bitcoin on testnet. Over on Algorand, you got Go BTC, and I think Wormhole BTC is going live any second. All right, enough. Let's look at CoinMarketCap. You guys can see all this stuff, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So, the last 24 hours, we got low volume, but yesterday was Sunday. Last 7 days, down about 7%. Over the last hour, pushing down very little, 0.5% in the last day. Not so bad. 27.5, 18.50. Tether's collapsing. I'm just kidding. It's fine. So is USDC. XRP is down. We were seeing that kind of sit at 50 cents, 52 cents for a bit. But I think people are starting to be like, uh-oh. I'm noticing the XRP community because I don't really know a ton about XRP. I've never owned XRP and I've never really gone down that wormhole. But I do exist and I live on Twitter and I look at this stuff, pretty passionately and obsessively. And I did notice that XRP was not included in the tokens that are available in the liquidity hub. And I do remember somebody in the XRP community, and whether it was John Deaton or whoever it was, kind of float the idea a few months ago, like if it becomes a thing where we have to lose XRP to save Ripple, that might be a decision we have to make. So I do remember that. I don't know, somebody in the XRP community, I commented that on a post, and somebody on the XRP community clarified, saying that person meant if we have to sacrifice the entire crypto community to save Ripple. I don't think that's what was said, but I also don't care enough to go look back. So I'm not trying to FUD. I'm just remembering things. Okay, Cardano's at 39 cents, down 11%. Dogecoin, 8 cents, down 14%. Matic, under $1. Haven't seen that in a bit, down 15%. Matic is getting some serious competition in the layer 2 wars. And I just hear about bad. I rarely use Matic. I mean, Polygon, I've used it. I rarely use it. It's a little problematic. I don't know. They've spent a tremendous amount of money on all of these partnerships. How are those partnerships going? I think the Starbucks thing started to kick off, which looked kind of good, I guess. I was thinking that Starbucks could potentially go to Algorand, but they didn't. They didn't do that, did they? Okay, Solana's under $22. Should be under 22 cents. Just kidding, Solana. Solana's actually having a bit of a resurgence. I saw on Twitter Anatoly, the boss man over there, and he was going after Sui. So I think Solana actually didn't seem all that threatened by Aptos, but Sui has a much more positive vibe than Aptos did. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Solana's down 14% over the last 7 days. Polkadot's a little under $6, down 11%. Litecoin at 88. Okay. Speaking of Aptos, down 17% at $10. I sold my airdrop significant amount of time ago at, I think, $12. That's okay. But I had better opportunities after that. With these, you know that the VCs can pump and dump. They can pretty much control the price. Near is not having a good week. That's down 16.5% at $1.90. That was showing life for a bit. But, a lot of these Nears, Hedera, Algorand, there's a lot of nerves around it on how they're going to be treated by the SEC. Arbitrum is down almost 18% in the last week. That was pumping inexplicably. Another one of those, under 19 cents, down 17%, is Algorand at number 40. So there we go. All right. Elrond or eGold, I guess is doing a little bit better than most, only down 8%. Tezos, I'd buy that for $1. I actually don't know that I would. But I like the real world use cases, even though they're using private iterations of Tezos. We have spoken about it in the past, how in California, the DMV is actually using the Tezos blockchain to put titles on the block, tokenized titles and stuff like that. That's where all of this technology should go. So California doing something right. Okay. You guys want to check gold real quick? Let's check gold. No, we'll go to Vestige real quick. Yeah. There we go. A lot of farms in the Algorand community going live this week. There has been a delay from the Algorand Foundation sending out the DeFi boosted rewards in the Algorand DeFi ecosystem. A lot of this stuff was supposed to go live yesterday and today, but people are delaying it. Tiny Man said that they have delayed, I believe, until Wednesday. But there are some compelling farms coming, I think. And you'll find chips there. You'll find DeFi. You'll find Opulus. I'm sure you'll find Vestige, maybe even Bank. Well, no, you probably won't find Bank, I don't think. Because one of the main issues is that they have to decide whether they can send that DeFi boost to AlgoFi. I believe they're not going to. So that's not great. Got it? Got it. All right. Gold, real quick. How's that doing? Hanging out right around 2,000. Last 30 days, it's up a little bit. Last 6 months, it's up pretty significantly at 20%. I expect gold to continue to perform well. And everybody talks about how much Bitcoin is up over a certain time period, which is cool. But got to say, gold, if you panicked during COVID and you really just wanted to protect your value, gold was excellent. I think when the pandemic hit, it was at 12 or 1300, and now it's preserved its value and it's up actually pretty well. And it's not going anywhere. If you see places like Zimbabwe backing their digital currencies with gold, I have a feeling that we got a competitor, folks. You can't hack gold. You don't have all these security concerns. Have you guys noticed, and I feel like it's somewhat, maybe it's coordinated or maybe it's just my algorithm, but I am getting a ton of posts on Twitter about Bitcoin security. That I think that message is being fed right now. This whole Bitcoin security, is Bitcoin going to be long-term secure? And I think that message is trying to be told, and then they're going to try to break down that price a bit. I don't know who they are, but yeah. James Taylor will be at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan. I've seen James Taylor. He's got the voice of an angel. All right, let's go. I think we're done with gold and silver. Silver, by the way, is at about 25 cents. 25 cents. I'd buy a lot of silver if it was at 25 cents, but it's at $25, and it's up about 8% over the last 30 days. And, that's up significantly too. Cool. There you go. We did it. We looked at the prices. Let's go back to Restream. Oh, I never shared this? Damn it. There you go. Here's silver. And here's gold. Did you guys see Vestige? How long have I not been sharing? Damn it. You would think I would get the hang of this, but I'm not. Now I get to look at my share your screen, Coop. Share your screen, Coop. Okay. Yeah, that is sad for AlgoFi. I mean, how hard? How hard to navigate this? Look, I've been critical of AlgoFi in the past. I've interviewed both Owen and John on the show. I find them both really nice, compelling dudes. I met John in person in Dubai at Decipher. And, I've been critical. I know that they have been working on another project, their own project that, I guess a layer one or something that they were thinking they were going to do. But obviously the regulatory landscape is going to make that increasingly difficult for them to pull off. And now they're here with AlgoFi, making that increasingly difficult to pull off. So I don't know how that plays out. I would imagine if there was ever any sort of unwinding of AlgoFi, that those guys would, make sure that everybody can retrieve their assets. But, if you're like me, you like to mitigate risk. So I don't know. You guys have to make your own decisions on that, on everything, really, on everything. You got to make your own decisions on everything. The issue with AlgoFi is that they are based out of New York. I wish I could come to consensus, Chris. I wish. Maybe if you can make Voy super successful and you can fly me to these conferences, Chris, that would be fun. I'll moderate Voy panels. What's up, Cyprus? Good morning or good day from Cyprus. I'm sure it's you're getting ready to eat some. What are you going to eat in Cyprus? You're going to have some gyro and baklava. I don't know. Sorry. Don't think, just do. I'll just start running, Chris. You can stay in my room. It'll be fun. If this were a thing that I could drive to, I would try. 430 euros. Perfect. Oh, man. All right. What else you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about me? You guys want to talk about my life? Nobody wants to talk about that. I just had some doner kebab for dinner. Nom, 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 nom. One thing I definitely miss about living in New York and I don't know, a lot of you were just there. But those, I don't even know those halal street stands. Oh man, I used to love getting the lamb with rice with all the sauces on it and a little salad. It was like back when I lived there, 10 years ago, more, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, I lived there. It was like $4. I'd go to like the discount wine place. I'd buy a bottle of rye and I would go waste away in my 1-bedroom East Village apartment. All right. Talk about Fahrenheit. Let's do that. Cool. So let's go to, it's interesting and I like it. And I think that these are the guys that we want. I am a little biased. Let me find, I queued up. I definitely queued up Fahrenheit. So I'm going to talk about Pact. Okay, that's that. I could just search Michael Arrington. There it is. Here we go. Let's just make sure that I'm sharing this. So let's look at what Michael Arrington, the man behind TechCrunch, Arrington Capital, XRP, Algorand, others. Project Fahrenheit just announced we have become a qualified bidder in the Celsius bankruptcy process. We are using the working name of Project Fahrenheit, a short thread. Okay. A court filing making our bid public is at this place, and Celsius tweeted it at this place. The others two-time qualified bidders that will participate in the auction are Fahrenheit LLC, whose equity is owned directly or indirectly by Arrington Capital, U.S. Data Mining Corp. Inc., DBA Bitcoin Corp., Proof Group Capital Management, Steve Kokinos, former CEO of Algorand Inc. And Ravi Kaza. And then there's the 2 Blockchain Recovery Investment Committee, which includes Van Eck, Global X, Plutus, and Gemini. Let's go Fahrenheit. I mean, I'm not super informed, but it did look good. What in the message Arrington is sending sounds good. What has happened to the stakeholders of Celsius is a tragedy. Yep. We want to help put the pieces back together and we'll work tirelessly to do this. Our bid not structured as a simple asset purchase. We are proposing that the assets be placed into a new company and is run with the sole goal of growing those assets to make stakeholders whole. The new company will own substantial Bitcoin mining assets, retail and institutional loans, a variety of crypto core assets, and a venture capital portfolio. We have assembled a group of proven crypto operators to run this business, including Bitcoin Corp for Bitcoin mining, ourselves, and Proof Group to run the venture portfolio, a large loan servicer with appropriate licensing to service customers in 50 states, a team of experts in quantitative trading, strategies, and risk management in TradFi and crypto. There you go. This story was picked up by Bloomberg, which I also had queued up. Failed crypto lender Celsius auction attracts Arrington and Gemini. Failed crypto lender Celsius has attracted 2 new bidders in a 3-way auction set for Tuesday. So this is happening tomorrow. Joining an earlier bid by Nova Wolf are Fahrenheit, and what we just talked about, and Blockchain Recovery, which is backed by Gemini. Meanwhile, the official committee of Celsius creditors won court approval on April 18th to assert claims including fraud and negligent misrepresentation against a failed crypto lender on behalf of its account holders. Allegations of fraud and misrepresentation have plagued Celsius since it filed for bankruptcy. I mean, Celsius is the worst. I can't wait to get rid of this damn thing. And I like the idea. And, look, I don't know Michael Arrington at all, but at all, except for he's kind enough on Twitter. He'll like some of my posts on occasion, and I find him compelling when I see him speak. He's kind of a no bullshit dude in Decipher in Dubai at Decipher. He just was kind of like, this is just bad, man. We're just in a really bad time, and this, he's a little doom and gloom, which fits in the moment. The company made, but at the same time, I personally just instinctively think, okay, let's get that guy doing it. Put those teams together, grow the damn thing, and make Celsius holders whole. I think he would prioritize that. All right. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Cool. So, there you go. That's pretty good. And I guess that happens tomorrow. I didn't know that, but I do now. Something I should have done probably at the beginning of the show was this. Let's do this, because this is such a big week. So Coca-Cola probably already did their thing, but that's not exactly what's big. So this is the earnings calendar for this week, and it's huge. This is a huge week for earnings. So we're going to know a lot about small banks. I think we actually might find out about these small banks today, like First Republic. I think they were in trouble, weren't they? That's going to come on. That's going to happen after Bank of Hawaii. I don't know a lot of these places, but look at all these financial, Northwest Bank shares, Heartland Financial. These all look like regional players. So we're going to get some information on what's going on with regional banks later. That should that should indicate some things that might move the market. And then tomorrow is much bigger. We're getting Microsoft and Google, Visa. I'm sure Visa's doing fine. Pepsi, McDonald's, you're going to get some of that stuff. These things, and if a recession is coming, like McDonald's should do well. Cheap, quick. It has that vibe of like, okay, you're saving money, but it's still a treat, even though McDonald's keeps on getting more expensive. Chipotle's today. I enjoy a good Chipotle bowl or burrito. Halliburton, they're always doing fine. All right. And then we got Wednesday. We got Facebook. When are they going to change that ticker? I thought they were changing the ticker. But Facebook is always an important one. Okay, boring. And then we're not only go to Thursday, guys, because I think Friday's pretty boring. Thursday's a big one, though. Thursday, we got Amazon. Oh, I thought it was T-Mobile, Intel. That's a beat up stock. Holy crap. And we got to root for them. I mean, as if you were in the United States, you got to be rooting for Intel for the future of this country. Like, we need you, Intel. Get it together. All right. There you go. That's enough. And then there's a couple of big reports this week that are going to be very important. Those will also move markets. For example, I believe this is Wednesday. Where are we? Share this tab instead. Caught it. Thursday. Oh, wait. Wednesday. I guess, yeah, we'll find out about the crude oil inventory, which will be interesting. But that's not what we're looking at. I guess it's Thursday. Thursday is, GDP and jobs. So Thursday, we're going to get a lot of information on Thursday. And then on Friday is the Fed's favorite inflation gauge, which is the core PCE. So that's the main one that the Fed looks at, and that's coming the week before they make interest rate decisions. Seems very, very likely that we're going to get a 1/4 point raise in May. The market is pretty much priced that in, so I wouldn't expect too much. But, there's always a narrative that can pop up. All right, so enough of that. Now let's go on to some other things. Oh, did you guys see this? This is actually somewhat old news for my Algorand. Some sort of slightly unsettling Algorand news the past couple of days that I have stumbled upon. There was this. This is from the Unchained site, Laura Shin, good podcast. I find her to be a bit robotic, but she's smart and she has great guests and she facilitates a good conversation. So I do listen to Unchained. Her book, I keep on meaning to read, but I have not, gotten past the first couple of chapters. But it's good, and if there's ever a time when I feel rested and like, oh, I should read, I do try to read that book. Okay, so folks, judge rejects Algorand's $50 million USDC claim from 3AC, and the Singapore High Court judge dismissed Algorand's claims to assets on the grounds that cryptocurrency cannot be considered real money. So they're saying that USDC cannot be considered real money. Whatever, brah. It better be real money. Oh my God, or my wife is right. If USDC is found to be not real money by everybody and it turns into zero money, I'll be finding a new wife. God, maybe even if, oh geez. Okay, Algorand sought damages from 3AC for violating a lockup agreement from an OTC trade dating back to September 2021. Last September, the Algorand Foundation entered a one-off OTC trade with 3AC. We have reason to believe 3AC violated the associated lockup terms and as such are seeking remuneration per the terms of agreement. So, can't they just get that fake money back? The Algorand Foundation never provided 3AC with unsecured loans or a line of credit. All right. The entity behind the Algorand blockchain filed a winding up application in the effort to recover these funds. In a hearing at the country's high court last month, reported by Singapore Law Watch, what if you had a community in the world that used seashells as its internal medium of exchange? Would the Singapore courts have to recognize that as money? Oh my God. That's not good for this industry in Singapore, by the way. The judge dismissed the application, opining that debt of any sort must correspond to fiat currency and not an intangible asset like cryptocurrency. Does he know that USDC corresponds to the fiat US dollar? Still holding on to the title tenuously as the world reserve currency. The ruling could set a precedent for other crypto-related cases in the country, particularly with judgments being issued on the notion that cryptocurrencies have little to no official legal status. The decision is also surprising given Singapore's status as a relatively crypto-friendly economy. The government also set up a way for firms in the industry to be regulated through the Payment Services Act. Even the central bank in Singapore says that the doors are open for crypto players looking to explore developments and value-adding cases. Innovation and regulation are not incapable of coexisting. We do not split the difference by being less stringent in our regulation or being less facilitative of innovation. All right, whatever. So that's got to get better. Singapore, do better, brah. All right, sorry for saying brah. All right, let's go back to, and then we can go, we're hearing about a lot of Algorand Inc. devs leaving. Yesterday, it was Brian Olson. It wasn't yesterday. I think he left in probably February. I think it was. Well, it says right here probably. Yeah, February 2023. All right, but this is who Brian Olson is. He's based out of Boston. Principal architect, software engineer, and I think Brian Olson is now at Aptos. Okay, so this is who he is. I just saw a lot of people asking, like, who's Brian Olson? So I'm going to tell you who Brian Olson was. And this is what he did at Algorand, or this is what he's proud of that he did at Algorand. Principal software engineer, reporting to director, responsible for designing and implementing key pieces of Algorand blockchain, rewrote networking subsystem implementing a message passing mesh network, designed and implemented Teal on smart contract language, compiler, interpreter, built indexer to create searchable archive of transactions, analyzed performance of and optimized algorithms, database, access patterns, and network protocols as part of a team that took Algorand through its initial 1,000 transactions per second at release and up to 5,000 transactions per second 3 years later. So this is probably not scandalous at all, folks. It looks like the man set out to improve the TPS, and once they got to 5,000 TPS, he's like, all right, what's the next challenge? I've been here for a long time. Nearly, over 4 years, Brian Olson dedicated himself to the Algorand blockchain. I also heard, and I think he was the director of product but also a founding member of Algorand Inc. Rodham Hemo is also left, which was surprising. I've met Rodham. He's obviously a smart guy. And yeah, I mean, since we're here on talking about Algorand, let's there's a little bit of, because of that Bittrex algo fiasco, these DeFi rewards, which, we're entering into the new quarter. So there's a lot of governors ready to explore Algorand DeFi with a rewarded situation. And the foundation has been dragging their feet about distributing this because obviously I think that Bittrex thing made them need to consult and figure out what was the best way forward. But by all accounts, Tiny Man says that their farms, they will be receiving that boost before Wednesday because they say that their farms will go live on Wednesday. And I believe Pact also will be doing that. There was also some back and forth about it not being fair. So on the 21st, Daniel Oon said, we're working on it ASAP. The wallet addresses will be made public. This is the report on who was qualified. I'm not going to dive into that, but I do have it right here. What was interesting in that report, these are the current applicable lists of assets for targeted DeFi rewards TVL calculation. So there was a certain amount of TVL that you needed to eligibility. In order to apply to this program, projects had to have at least 500,000 algo equivalent in TVL of whitelisted assets, including algo, as calculated on March 15th. They reviewed all all applications, the current applicable list of assets, and then you go down. It's algo, G algo, Go BTC, Planets, Guard, Opal, Vestige, Chips, DFly Bank. We received also the following applications, which were not accepted during the current period, which was Votecoin, GoUSD, and Day by Day. The reason for the rejection is the current lack of liquidity. These should be coming out any day. And then these are the calculations for how it got there. And right here, AlgoFi had the most certified TVL, but they capped it at this amount. And now I believe on AlgoFi, and this is stuff that you're going to have to go research on your own because I haven't done a lot of that research for you. But if what I know is right, it appears on AlgoFi, you're going to still be able to get boosted governance rewards, but that extra DeFi bonus that they were going to be allowed, which they were going to be allowed to distribute as they saw fit, might not be coming. Folks Finance will get that extra. Pact will get that extra. Tiny Man will get that extra. I'm assuming Guard, if they're, I'm not sure actually where they're based out of. Humble, I assume. I'm pretty sure Humble is not based in the States, so they'll get that extra. And Algo Ray also, Algo Mint also. Okay. So yeah, there's a problem with AlgoFi right now. You guys do your own research, you do your own homework on that, protect yourself, make sure that you're in okay shape. It's a dicey time. And then Pact sent a pretty good thread. I like Pact. It's a solid, definitely a solid DEX. They're doing very interesting things. There was a Medium article. Maybe I should just do that. But let's just, I like what Pact is doing. A lengthy thread on liquidity deployment. Recently led by Dune, we explored ways in which the algorithm could assist the DeFi ecosystem's overall functioning. Liquid governance is clearly a significant feature of Algorand DeFi. One of the core tenets of liquid governance is freely being able to move between the native and wrapped governance representations with as little price impact and transaction cost as possible. Yeah, if we can just swap G-Algo for Algo 1-to-1 during the quarter, that would be pretty transformative. So they're working on figuring that out through the stable pool. So I don't know what that trade is looking like right now, but from Borderless Cap and the foundation, as well as our beloved community, the stable pool has around 4.4 million in liquidity, and the outcome would be even better for all involved. And considering their support, the foundation advised of a very strict mandate to improve functioning without exposure to possible impermanent loss or liquidation risk. PAC got the eventual green light after heavy DD from the foundation tech team, thanks to the efficiency of the stable swap tech, combined with our smart contracts having been fully audited by 2 independent firms. Following prudent risk management, this was envisaged to be a small proof of concept run initially. Further, the foundation is not farming their tokens and did not commit to governance. They did this to try and support the community. Look, this is great that the foundation would put more money and make that swap deeper, and they're not farming, and they're not they're not even allowed to participate in governance, but that's fine. But the point is I don't see any problem with that. Now I see, and I feel you. There's been a complaint out there that it's a terrible look for Algorand Foundation. Remember, Algorand Foundation is not Algorand. Please remember that. Everybody, Gary, you listening? Algorand Foundation is not Algorand. We're not waiting or looking for them to do anything. We're waiting and looking for anybody to do anything. Okay? You understand? You, actually, most importantly, Gary, we'd like you to do something. Actually, just don't do anything. That's what we're looking for. What will pump our bags the most, Gary, is you just leaving us the fuck alone. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm just saying, folks, look, they were there is a valid criticism that they don't like, that the community doesn't like the Algorand Foundation picking winners and losers, and they should be careful not to do that. But they are in a precarious situation where it's not that they're not picking AlgoFi. I'm sure if you look in the past, if you look in the history of AlgoFi, they picked AlgoFi hard. You know what I mean? They were very supportive. I'm sure if we found the receipts, there's been lots and lots of foundation support for AlgoFi. But currently, they have to play it well, and they're trying to support the community and create better swaps, especially for G-Algo, Algo. Folks Finance, being based out of Milan, has some advantages over AlgoFi in the current landscape. So I don't blame them for that. Okay. And and then there's if you're interested, there's a Medium article that Pact wrote. Micro farming pattern offers 4 key features. The way they're doing it, and they talk about how they distribute funds over a large surface area, making the potential attack vector by malicious actors significantly more cumbersome. It's just, and then they if you're interested in this and you want to this will get boring if I start reading it, but it sounds very compelling. I can't wait to see what sort of situation. I'm excited to see what the farms look like and what that Go BTC, wormhole BTC pool looks like, and the same for ETH and all those. So there's some interesting things coming. And then also you have Tiny Man with their farms coming, which will obviously have a really good Algo USDC farm. I believe that Chips and Algo is going to have a nice farm there. And so there's some interesting stuff, man. I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So we did that. We talked about Rotom. Okay, let's finish off Algorand talk. With something positive. Friend of the show, sponsor of the show this month is the Algo Gaming Guild. Oh, there we go. Stop. I don't want to sign in, okay? I don't want to sign into Medium, all right? Leave me alone. All right, this week in Algorand Gaming, what do you got? What do you got? Cool Algo Gaming Guild, the Cool Down Gaming Guild. Okay, let's see. Welcome to your weekly dose of everything happening in gaming on Algorand. Sweet. This week we have an incredible giveaway thanks to a legendary Algorand NFT creator. Thirstober Racing revealed their chain agnostic strategy. Cosmic Champs launched their beta. Okay, let's go. I still need to play that Cosmic Champs beta. Somebody hooked me up too. All right, let's just fly through this real quick. Okay, Block Runner, definite friend of the show. So it looks like Cooldown met Block Runner, and now they have some cool collabs. Look at that. If you guys don't know Flemish Giants, Flemish Clones, they look something like this, and they're sweet. There's something called splicing coming. I need to learn more about it, but it sounds cool. Flemish Giants are far, far away from being a problem. Thirstober, the Discord horse racing game. Thirstober is another incredible creator in Algorand. She has decided to implement a chain agnostic strategy in light of recent developments. The team had already considered a scenario like this and has designed their product to be cross-compatible and web-first. Oats, their plans involve offering web-first assets that can be bought with traditional fiat options and adding support for multiple chains, allowing users to move between Web 2 and Web 3 assets. If you want Thirstober on their Discord, I should say, there's more than just her. Or even her Twitter. She breaks it down. So, if you're interested in that, you should definitely read. It's a compelling plan. Cosmic Champs. Look at them. They're coming. They got the iOS app. I got to play that beta. Borks. Borky, or whatever that song is. Love it. Borks, a casual arcade style, has received support from the Foundation's gaming wing. So there's going to be some cool stuff coming. I saw pictures of the Borks and Stacy. She was playing the game. It's pretty cool. Joanna, I think the NFT gal at the Foundation was playing the game, and apparently she was good at it. So these are their prizes. I own Borks. I need to play more of the game. The Gunny team, I don't even actually know Gunny. Gunny team this week introduced Hazel, one of the heroines in their upcoming Battle Royale game. Looks pretty good. Yeah, the design looks great. All looks good. The cooldown is amazing. Like, if you want to stay up to date on Algorand Gaming, which is an insane, this is what I started the year as, is that gaming on Algorand is the spot. And it's going to be one of the major verticals for Algorand kind of escape velocities. If we want to bring lots of people in, is you create a game that people really, really want to play. Algo Leagues, a learn-to-earn project featuring a fun Discord-based bot game. has introduced a new Block Wars bot feature. When can I get in the algo leagues? Algo leagues? Where the hell is the YouTube guy, Cooper? You can even make me a bad guy if you want for all of that. Does Borderless back you? Because just make me a bad guy. Okay. Hear from people. Frank, hey, Coop, we love you, but we can't support you publicly. That's so funny. I've been the most supportive fucking dude. That's crazy. I'm just saying the truth, folks. All right. We'll see how their lawsuit goes. All right. So Fractal Monsters, which you guys all know I love. And there you go. Cool Down Gaming Guild. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's go back. I haven't checked in on you guys. What time is it? Oh, it's 7. Perfect timing. Jeez Louise. All right. Let's look. What's going on? Kicking our ass in Fractal Guilds. Oh, yeah. I need to be better. I'm okay. I talk about how much I love Block Runner and Fractal Monsters and Flemish Giants. But I'm a part of the Flemish gaming. I'm the Flemish Guild. And me and my kids have been kind of dropping the ball the past few days. Oh my God. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Oyster Pack actually blocked me, Zen, so I can't read whatever he did. So and I'm okay about that. AlgoFi based in New York, so yeah, you're not gonna be able to get that. Probably taking my money out if that's the case. I know, yeah, it sucks. Fuck. I mean, these are the things. I actually look like I said, like I've been critical. What I wanted to know where their actual intentions and what was actually motivating AlgoFi, and were they using Algorand community liquidity to fund a competitor? It was really the question that I asked way back in the day, and that was it. That's what I really wanted to know, and they denied that. But still, I certainly don't want to see them fail. Yeah, Zen is a bit hesitant too as well. I hesitate to mention it, but I have heard from one source that I really trust that their Oracle was down on Friday during commit. Yeah, Robbie heard the same thing. If I don't get my rewards that I'm entitled to, I will just hold my algos in cold storage, no governance, nothing. Just sleeping in my ledger till 2030. Yeah, be careful. If you do decide to just let something sit until 2030, I would create a fresh ledger account and then send it to there. And, just, anything sitting, even if it's a ledger, just always be careful, over careful. Yeah, right? Pedro, kicking our ass, but we can villainize you. Flemmy's Guild, bro. Hit the like button. That's it, CJ. All right, guys. I mean, how do we do? Do we feel good? Oh, it wouldn't be fair. I mean, what am I doing here, folks? Is this what I want to see? Where are you at? I talked a bunch about cooldown. Oh, and I have a cool. I'm not going to do it today. I'm not going to do the intro. But real quick, let's just talk real quick about the friends of the ReCoop. We got Cooldown, which we just talked about extensively. This is your place to find out about Algorand Gaming. And I believe that they also have cross-chain aspirations, as they should. And but we all know that Algorand is one of the better places to build your game. And then we also have Goracle. Goracle is a decentralized oracle that you can now start running a node on, and you can do all types of things. So they're getting ready to go. Follow them on Twitter. Go seek them out. See what's going on with them. And AlgoGator, This is Algo Gator right here. Another person, another place that you should. Let's go. Let's just look at both of their Twitters right now and give you the information that you need to find out. We'll check it real quick. Why don't we do that? They have decided to be supportive of the show, and I want to be supportive of them. Go Oracle is a decentralized Oracle network on the Algorand blockchain. We just talked about that. So okay, that's in January. Which type of dApp do you think is the most okay? Okay, so they're trying to get listed on Huobi. They're getting audited by Vantage. And this is their final step. On 420, they got super high. I'm just kidding. I don't think that they do that. I don't think they do that. They would never do that. But on 420, they announced that they're being audited. And then once they're fully audited, they'll go live. Goracle's node token sale kicked off today. What is a node sale? Who is eligible? You guys have to look at all that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and talk about tokens and stuff like that. That is your business if you're going to decide to buy tokens and do things like that. They got multilingual solutions to help Goracle config live. They're constantly releasing useful Goracle and Algorand tools. Sweet. Introducing the revamped. Okay, so there you go. So this is it right here. This is their Twitter. It's at Goracle Network. And yeah, they have a Discord that you can join and probably ask all of your questions. And it looks like they are based out of Switzerland. Sweet. And then we have Algo Gator. Are you guys aware of Algo Gator? This is a awesome tool where, especially in Algorand, where you may have opted into a ton of different things, and they, every single one of those opt-ins like holds, a little bit of algo. So I freed using Algo Gator, and I have so much more to free, but I think I freed like 27 algo in one of my, my old MyAlgo wallet. So I got to get back to that. It's worth the time to use their tools. View your net worth, assets, and find the best algo opportunities tailored to your wallet. Team Algo Gator at Team Algo Gator. They have a premium option coming May 1st. You get priority access, token airdrops, and more. Pre-open is $10 per month for your first 3 months. They got a blog coming soon. They got a teaser video. Is there sound? No sound. Transaction export. Okay, we're not going to watch this entire video, but you guys get it. There you go. Sweet. Another great tool. Nice guys. Good team. Go team, everybody. So those are the friends at the ReCoop. How are we feeling? You guys have any questions? Anything that you would like to say? The kids have school off today for, I believe it's to commemorate Armenian genocide. You want to know how much you want to be my friend? IRL, I'll give you a good rate on being my friend. You want to be my friend? I charge my friends. ReCoop charges my friend. I have a very, if you are a project out there and you're a legit project and you're not trying to rug anybody, I have a very, and it's all very transparent. Look, Algo Gator, Goracle, and Cooldown are, they like what I do. I like what they're doing. It's a nice little thing. I have no problem talking about Cooldown and them. And so it's very low amount of money. Nobody's getting rich here, but we are. And there goes the sponsor. What did I do? What did I do wrong? Is the Algo Gator still a nuke option? I don't know. It's not. You can select. Are you talking about opting out? Coop, want to hear a joke? Yieldly. Oh, man, it's not a funny joke. Electric Sheep coming with the non-funny jokes. Yeah, well, guys, look. It was so funny. I swapped my Yieldly for Zone at like 4 cents. I actually think I probably am still up on that swap. No, it's not nuke. It's not nuke all, Mr. Joker. You can actually select. So you can. In fact, I found there was something that I wasn't. It was ruining my opt out. So I had to go. Like I would have to do like 20 at a time or something like that. But it worked great. No. On Algogator, you could pick and choose. When I used it last week. But I want to know, what did I do? What did I do? Zen, what did I do? What did I do to lose the sponsor? I literally, okay, guys, before I hang up, Zen and Crypto for Change. Oh, I know. Look, my dream on sponsors, if any of you watch or listen, I listen to Bill Burr, who is a comic that I enjoy. The way he does sponsors, where he just kind of riffs and even sometimes makes fun of the people that are sponsoring his show, which I think is hilarious and actually gets me to listen and not skip forward. I will actually listen to Bill Burr do his ads just because he's like, what is it? Honey, he's just funny. The guy's funny. He's definitely a funny guy. Oh, you're putting all the yield into zone. I literally did it. I did do that. I was like, you know what? I don't believe in Yieldly. I'm going to put it in Zone. How's Zone doing? I was over. The ads are the best part some shows. For sure. For real. Like, seriously. I actually haven't listened to Burr in a while. What podcast do you guys watch, comedy-wise? Listen to. I want comedy podcast. Before I hang up, I want you guys to give me some comedy podcast suggestions, because I do enjoy switching it up, especially lately. I've needed it. I've needed to switch it up on my runs because I do a run very often. I saw somebody. I heard somebody actually, because there's only a few of you left. I heard somebody on my run yesterday and being like, oh, that dude's on YouTube. His name is Cooper. I was like, all right, here we go. Yeah, what are your comedy? Which one? Oh, Tim Dillon. Love Tim Dillon. There you go. That's who I'm going to do today. Tim Dillon's really funny. If you want to rant, Tim Dillon is hilarious. Like just this like reasonable right, but he's a reasonable right wing gay comic. He's amazing. I like Tim Dillon. After testing. Did I take a weird sip of coffee after talking about Algogator? This is great. Smartless. Jesse, I've been listening to Smartless. I never and today I think I get to listen to a good one. I'm not going to like subscribe to Wondery or whatever it is, but there's a good one. I might actually not do Tim Dillon today. I might do the recent Smartless because Joaquin Phoenix. They got Joaquin Phoenix on Smartless coming today for my run. Oh, but I'm going with a buddy on the run today who's a huge Tim Dillon fan, by the way, who actually put me on to Tim Dillon. I'm actually going to hang out with a friend today. So I'm not going to do it, but I do enjoy Will Arnett. He's hilarious. And Jason Bateman too. Sometimes their interviews are a little chaotic and kind of messy, but it's all good. There you go. Electric Sheep. I like where your head's at. Zone is partnered with Vendible, and once that launches, it can fix that bot problem. Look, I've worked with Zone in the past a little bit. We tried, me and friend of the show, Kevin. If you guys all know Kevin, he's been very active in all different communities. He was really trying hard, working for Zone. We tried to have some fun with the World Cup. And we tried to, I was actually playing the games on Zone. I was playing during that whole Play Fight tournament over the holiday season, and I would have some fun. There was some issues with like the game syncing, but it may have been my computer. I don't know. But there was some issues I really liked the bottle shoot game. I was really good at that, and I would win. But it gets hard when it got down to it. Then people swoop in at the end, and AD fan. Who's AD? Oh wow, your wife placed. That's pretty cool. Did Cup Stakes win the World Cup? That's cool. Who's AD? B1GJH. The big JH. The big John Howie. AD fan? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Arrested Development. Definitely a fan of Arrested Development. And like the first time I saw Will Arnett as a magician in like the very early Arrested Developments, because Arrested Development was one of those shows that I refused. Like my ex liked it, and so we would get a little stoned and we would watch that. And that magic show shit with my first real introduction to Will Arnett was actually Arrested Development, and that was so funny. As in the best thing on Algo during World Cup. Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for Zone. They are a legit group. It's kind of like the Next Gens and Little Dirk. It's like, look, I have complaints about them, but it's not that I don't want their projects to succeed. I want them to pull it off. There has been problems. Obviously, my elephant hates me. My AFK elephant hates me. And I have complaints about the shoes. I've put it on Twitter, like the Next Gen shoes. I like the whole idea and I want them to succeed. I do think, if I'm just being 100% honest, the way they have displayed Next Gens on the shoe is so prominent, it almost teeters over to merch for me. And paying $500 for merch is a hard sale, right? So I'll show you the shoes that I got instead when they arrive. And Chris Porter. That sounds familiar. Illusions, and that voice. He got nudged out of the top 10. I didn't ever looked at the rankings, and I don't know if they did it in individual games, but I had to be ranked pretty high in Bottle Shoot. That's what it's called. Is that still on there? Maybe I need to go back and play a little Bottle Shoot. I like that game. It was like a good way for me to kind of like my old school shoes for cruise kicks. Hell yeah. Yeah, speaking of the World Cup, I wonder if Algorand's still going to have a presence at the Women's World Cup, because I believe, and maybe they canceled the whole thing when it comes to sponsorship, but they were initially going to be a regional sponsor, I believe, of the Men's World Cup. But then they were going to be upgraded to a much higher level sponsor for the Women's World Cup. But I don't know if that's gone. Those shoes make me sad to have eyes. I mean, yeah, I don't. I'm not going to go there because I didn't mind the actual kind of like chunky style of them. They look a lot like Yeezys and stuff like that. I don't hate it. Maybe when the first time I looked at like women and stuff wearing those types of shoes, I'll be like, what are they thinking? But it's grown on our eyes, makes you feel like Kanye does have a good sense of, where things are headed. And that's what these shoes kind of look like. I just don't like the Next Gens there. I think they made a mistake there. I think they should have like had like a logo at the very least, like a Next NGX, or I don't know, not NGX, an NXG or something, I don't know. And then just something subtle where it's less like on the nose. Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I'm like maybe I don't know you, Tom, but I might be a little more of their target market, even though I am more of like a dad, But I'll wear some kicks. I like shoes. I like I wear Air Max, and I got some cool shoes coming. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. Today's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I don't know. Did anything happen? We never actually went to check out how the market opened. Let's check it out. For the few of you that are still around. Looks like it's all sideways. ESPN, Disney, they're all in. Coca-Cola beat estimates because Coca-Cola is more expensive. This just proves that these things don't need to be, inflation doesn't need to be as bad as it is, right? Coca-Cola didn't need to beat estimates. So that's the problem with inflation, is when we believe that inflation is real, then the companies are like, wait, they believe it. Let's hike the prices. The chumps believe it. All right. That's it. And is there anything happened in crypto? Crypto, where are you? Oh, well, Bitcoin is now in the green. All right, nothing new. We'll see what happens, guys. That week, the way the week ended last week was it looked really kind of suspicious. It looked like it was just as suspicious as the ride up, right? That ride up from 19,000 was very coordinated. It was inspired, obviously, by CZ and probably Justin Sun and whatever they're doing, the cartel, as some people call them. And it seemed to be walking down. Let's see if that commences, or if that was just a small correction towards what a lot of people are hoping for, which is a rocket. I did actually queue up a bit of FUD for you guys if you want it. Where is it? Anybody want some FUD? Doesn't that sound fun? What is this? What did I do here? Oh, this was an article I was going to read real quick. The BitMEX founder, Arthur Hayes, he was like, everybody knew market makers did not want to trade on FTX, suggesting that pro traders always knew the exchange was shady and front running and doing all this different stuff. But that wasn't. Oh, this guy who with like 500,000 followers. Weekly forming a failed breakout at the range of 1900, back inside the range. Oh, wait, share this tab instead. Back inside the range, increased probability of reaching the old range levels. Midpoint 1680, low around 1430. Looks rougher now, but at least the levels are clearly defined. So he's saying, here we are. That 1640, sorry for the squinting, 1640 is going to be revisited. And then it seems probably likely that we'll at least get down here to 1420. And then obviously, if it really goes bad, it would come down here. I don't know. So I agree with this analysis that I think we're getting a correction. If not, somebody says, so if I decide to pump $10 billion into ETH right now, would your analysis still stand? I just make probabilistic inferences based on the available evidence. But if you want to refute my reasoning with hyperbolic counterfactuals, enjoy, I guess. Okay. So so I don't know this guy, cred, but based on this response, you sort of don't want to come at a guy like this because this guy's not stupid. True and very clean. A little bit of contrarian view, though. Monthly looks like a multi-month range breakout with 1785 as range high. Agree. Monthlies don't look bad. They just have room for a pullback plus some early red flags on faster time frames. So I thought it might be worth highlighting. All right. So, yeah, this guy seems cool. Actually, you know what? I'm going to follow this guy. I like his vibe. Seems like somebody that's actually basing what he's doing in some sort of reasoning. And because you got to find the people that are actually saying the thing. Not just pumping. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. And we'll dive in. I'm sure some stuff is going to happen today. The week is just heating up. It's just getting started. There's a lot that's going to happen. I have a feeling we're in for some chop. Let's see what goes down. All right, everybody, have a great Monday.